There seem to be some conflicting forces at work buffeting Japan's economy, the reopening story and then the export slowdown. Is the bias to the downside for the data and the economy in 2023? And what is the Tankan telling you?
Well, actually, I take this pretty positively. The mood on the ground is overall positive, surprisingly positive. And this is just one index point down, dragged down, of course, by anybody related to energy material prices. They have been going up. Otherwise, as you're pointing out, the export story is a bit mixed. The yen is so weak that helps a lot with machinery and everything. And on the other hand, the Chinese market, we don't know yet. US might go into a recession, Europe difficult. So mixed signals, but the domestic economy, the service companies, non-manufacturers, they are going very strong. The domestic economy is in pretty good shape.
Right. The risk is inflation, though, isn't it? Japanese companies expect consumer prices to rise to an average 2.7% a year from now, higher than the projection 3 months ago. So inflation is moving higher, but is it the right type of inflation, Martin? Because it seems to me that it's supply side as opposed to demand side at this juncture and implications for the BOJ.
Well, as you know, this is totally the wrong type of inflation because it just sunk costs. It comes from imports. Consumers are feeling it, but the government has already capped gasoline prices, basically, so you don't feel it that much at the pump. And now big packages are coming in supporting consumers. Overall, consumers seem to be quite happy that the economy is opening up, that it gets a bit more dynamic. They are spending. Consumption is up. That is helping tremendously. And we have a huge package right now that supports travel till the end of the year. So people are really getting out. Restaurants are full. Hotels are in a much better mood. That helps the overall economy tremendously right now.
I'm just wondering when the BOJ is going to have to throw in the towel on its YCC, on its yield curve control. Might it be, for example, when Kuroda retires finally after many, many years in March? I mean, given the fact that, you know, that these companies are expecting CPI to average about 2.7% a year from now, surely at some point they've got to say that they haven't been able to keep inflation below 2%.
Well, I'm afraid Mr. Kuroda will leave that to his follower, that the next central bank governor will have to do that. There are different candidates. They're all shaping their plans. The Bank of Japan is working very hard to get this yield curve policy to the next level. The problem is when you try to control the yield curve for such a long time, you cannot just let go or increase it just a little bit at the long end. You have to have an entirely new policy in place. And this is in preparation. I think we should expect it, but well, from April, not before.